what it means to change from the inside out. If you're jumping on, say hello. It is so good to see you. And I want to share from the very beginning, from someone who has gone from binge drinking alcohol, someone that was deeply escaping her reality, escaping her country. I was someone that needed to escape through all means. And if you're someone that drinks and smokes and doesn't take care of your body, and you find that you're constantly repeating patterns, you don't understand why you keep self-sabotaging, you don't understand why you can't break you can't stop self-sabotaging. This is all because of what's been going on deep down. And the best part of it is that we are able to rewire it. We are able to change the patterns from inside out. Oh, something gets really hot. I'm going to open the window a little bit. And so what I would love to share with you today is rewiring your body. What that looks like is changing the patterns from your parents, from what you grew up with, from your mom, from your dad. And this will drastically change how magnetic you are, how you can show up in your full authenticity as a man, as a woman. And I used to escape my body. So not only did I have super weak boundaries, but I was always trying to fix it, trying to be skinnier, eating the right foods, over-exercising, under-exercising, overeating. And it can look like choosing the wrong men, toxic relationships that feel like drugs to your system, because you don't know what safe and healthy love looks like. Safe and healthy love is going to nourish your body. It's going to completely shift how you show up in the world. Like, I want you to come away from today's live and implement this one thing, okay? And I want you to stay to the end of this live so that you can take action and we can be accountable together and we are able to just improve and rewire these patterns. So when I talk about rewiring the brain and the body, I came from a psychology background, and from that psychology background, I was completely in my head. I saw everything black and white, and I decided, okay, if there is no scientific evidence to back this claim up, I do not believe it. So I was very atheist. I didn't believe in God, right? If you are joining, please say hi. I want you to say hi in the comments, and I want you to also give it a like. And let me know where you are, what country you're tuning in from. And so, from studying psychology and being so much in my intellectual brain, I didn't believe a lot of spiritual things. And then I kept doing this subconscious work, and it completely transformed how I saw the world. And I'll give you an example. So the first time I actually believed that this work works, I had met this guy that was in the subconscious reprogramming space, and he just learned Psych K. And Psych K is like this modality where you are able to rewire your subconscious. So I'm just gonna like undo my thing a little bit. It's where you're able to rewire your subconscious through muscle testing. So muscle testing is a form of subconscious reprogramming where you're able to muscle test. So for example, if you say something of truth, your muscles will go strong. And if you lie, or if you say something that is false or that isn't true, your muscles will go weak. So this is a way to access what's in your subconscious and actually see and reprogram it and rewire it, right? And you can do it this way. You can do it with your arm. You can do it with moving back and forth. Maybe you've seen those pendulums. So those are all ways of reprogramming the subconscious mind. Now, sharing this, I met this man, and he had taught me that when we have certain traumas, we typically may also have this allergy. So if you're allergic to anything, let's say you got hay fever, or you're allergic to cats, or you're allergic to peanuts, it can be actually tied to a traumatic experience. So what I did in that moment was that I learned my hay fever was tied to this really traumatic experience when I was a little girl. And when we rewired it, I walked out of the house, and where I used to sneeze about like 14 times in a row, I stopped sneezing. Like in that moment, I had rewired my hay fever, and it was so incredible to watch and to see the change where I was not woo-woo at all. I was like, I don't believe that. I'm super skeptical of that. And my logical brain just couldn't make sense of it. Now, I've seen today a lot of things that are out of this world, that are very woo-woo, that don't make any logical sense, but life isn't logical. We can explain it through science, but it's just going to reinforce our logical thinking mind. But even pregnancy, you're not going to Google how to create a baby. It just magically happens. Your body is so intelligent. So if it's going to be able to create an entire human being, why wouldn't you be able to connect to the very thing inside of you that is going to say, this is how I'm supposed to make money. This is the exact man that I'm supposed to be with, or this is how I should eat, or who I should spend my time with. These are the friends that I should nurture. Your body is so intelligent, and you need to get out of the way in order to listen to it. You need to get out of the way by reconditioning it, by quieting the noise. Stop scrolling so much. Stop listening to your parents so much. Stop listening to things outside of you that are not serving you. Stop eating the wrong foods, consuming alcohol, Netflix. Stop consuming things that are not good for you, because then you can listen to your body, and then you can listen to your inner voice. And when you listen to the very thing that is guiding your life, you will be able to live on your highest timeline. Siento que tengo muchos amigos de España, de Latinoamérica. Mis amigos dicen hola. Si estás aquí, podemos hablar en español. Pero en este live voy a hablar en inglés, porque la mayoría de mi contenido está en inglés. Pero bienvenidos, porque todos son mis corazones. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I was rewiring these beliefs, and in your body, when you get out of the way, when you stop eating the wrong foods, when you stop hanging out with the wrong people, when you stop consuming the wrong content, when you stop listening to people that are not serving you, you will be able to listen to what your intuition is saying. And as you let go of all the old programs from the past, and you start to heal, not just your inner child, okay? Like, yes, I healed my hay fever. That was the very first time I was like, oh my god, subconscious reprogramming works. But then I started going into different things, like healing my fear of success. So I had a massive fear of success because I grew up, and a fear, not just a fear of success, but a fear of being seen. Because I grew up in Asia, and in school they were very, very strict. So then the teachers would hit the child, and I learned that making mistakes, not doing well, was like a genuine life and death situation. It was so terrifying for my body. And here's the thing, your nervous system is going to constantly respond, or your body is going to always respond to any situation. So let's say if you're triggered, let's say if you're arguing with your mom, your dad, your partner, and you suddenly get so angry and so activated, and it's a little thing, and it's not necessarily because of what just happened. Your body and your nervous system is responding to a trigger from your childhood, from the past. And that's why it's so important to heal these things, because we will keep playing out these patterns until we change that. Like, if you're going to keep attracting the same man, the same woman over and over again in your relationships, I know you don't want that. I know you want a healthy, loving man and woman in your life that you can call as your husband, as your wife. I know you want a really healthy, strong body that is going to make you look good, feel good. I know you want money in order to sustain your passions, to live a life that is fulfilling to your purpose. And in order to do that, you have to listen to your body. In order to do that, you have to listen to yourself. Okay? I need you to stop consuming other people's advice. I need you to stop eating garbage, to stop watching Netflix, to stop watching movies that are not serving your future. I need you to stop hanging around with people that are not serving your joy and your passions, and that don't make you feel good, that are not positive to be around. You need to have such strict boundaries for your energy and for your body. Because in order to listen to what's it's communicating to you, right? If you experience back pain or headaches, or you get sick easily, like throat chakra, and you're coughing all the time, and you're not able to speak your boundaries, something there is energetically blocked. If you experience any aches or pains, your body has a natural ability to heal itself. You just need to get out of the way. You just need to stop and just take a pause and keep still. And stop consuming things that are not good for your body or your brain. So wherever you're jumping on, please tell me, say hi. I want to know what country you're in, because I'm a world traveler. I've been all over the world. So if I have been in your country and maybe I can speak your language, drop a comment and say hi, because I want to know so that we can connect. Stop consuming things that are not good for you. Stop listening to people that are not serving you. Choose friends that are going where you want to be. Like my friends today, they've done TED Talks, they've run $1 million businesses, they're thinking about how to build a $1 billion industry, they're thinking about AI, they are traveling around the world, they are having babies, and they're living their dream life. My friends are out there running retreats, they are starting companies. Choose friends, and I'm just telling you this because only let's say 3 or 4 years ago, everyone was just talking about their 9-to-5s, getting drunk on the weekend, and gossiping and complaining. So the kind of friends and the people that you surround yourself with, and if you don't have those people around you, stay with me. Come join lives with me. I'm going to be doing this almost daily around this time, because Australian time, it's like around 3 p.m. AEST, Melbourne time. And I know all my Europeans are waking up around this time. So if you don't have people around you that can nurture this ambitious mindset, that are going to give you the positive energy that you need in order to achieve your goals, come spend time with me. Come spend time. We're gonna create something beautiful together, I believe, right? We're gonna cheers to that. So I'm drinking water out of this wine glass. So your friends, what you consume, who you spend your time with. And then when it comes to the energetic work, okay, so I just spoke about how your pain, your back pain, anything that you are experiencing deep down, you will feel it, and it's your body's trying to communicate to you. Even acne, gut bloating, sleep deprivation, or you're so exhausted when you wake up. This is all signs that your body is communicating to you that you're not treating it correctly. If you escape by scrolling all the time, if you have anxiety or depression, like 99% of these problems that anyone faces in this world can be rewired. So that's your health aspect. Now, when it comes to relationships, we want to rewire the body and the brain by first creating a healthy foundation. So if you think of a garden and you are planting new seeds in your garden, you have all these weeds, and these weeds are your mom's being like, you're not good enough, or one time you were bullied when you were 17, or when you were 5, or when they told you cannot sit with them when you were bullied, or when your dad, wasn't there for you emotionally. He ignored you, you ignored your needs, and he maybe wasn't as emotionally present as your inner child would have wanted. It can be so many different things, but I want you to first clean out your bed, your garden, right? A lot of people try to do the affirmations, do the meditations, they're reading the books, they're listening to podcasts. Now they're filling up their brain and their garden, and they're trying to plant all these seeds out. Okay, great. Let's plant all these new seeds of healthiness, personal growth, development, positivity. But then what happens is that they haven't taken out the weeds. You haven't taken out your weeds yet. So we want to create a really beautiful foundation first before you start planting your seeds. Now, you may be asking, how do we take out the weeds? Okay, you take out the weeds by healing your emotions, going into somatic processing. I do a lot of this work, and you can look at it in my link in bio, because I teach you step by step how to do it, and I explain the science of it. But essentially, you want to take your cup, let's say this is your body, and this has this water, let's say it's black water, and it's been filled with conditioning, and now you're trying to add more stuff, then so we want to clear it out. So we just want to tip it all out. So once we tip it all out, now we are able to fill it up with the positive stuff. Okay, hopefully that analogy makes sense. Drop a like if that made sense, because I want to make sure that yes. Okay, good. So then what we want to do is that how we clear it is by feeling your emotions. Do you allow yourself to cry? Do you allow yourself to feel anger, feel shame, feel grief? Do you allow yourself to just be human? First time I really started doing this work, I was crying like my entire lineage and my family, and it's such a deep process. We are like onions, we're constantly peeling back the layers of ourselves, and each time you peel back the layer of how you were raised and how you what you learned about yourself, and the imprints that you learned as a little boy or as a little girl, and with this onion is going to be 100 layers, 100-layer onion. And as you keep peeling back the layers, okay, you keep healing. I don't want to use the word healing, because I want you to know that who you are today is, you're worthy, you are loved, you are enough, just as you are. Okay, you are enough just as you are. However, in order to create your foundation, your taking out your weeds, have a clean bed of soil in your garden, you need to pull out these weeds. So let's say each weed is a belief system. Okay, I picked up this belief system when I was 5. I picked up this belief system from my past life. I picked up this belief system from my grandparents. I picked up this belief system from my mom, from my dad, from that teacher, from this bully, from this person, and this friend, and da-da-da-da. Like, so many beliefs that have been imprinted in this supercomputer in your brain, and they are not serving you anymore. You need to do the work to rewire it. So it's pulling out these weeds. Okay, now you can use EFT tapping, you can use somatic therapy, you can use breath work, and you're crying. Like, healing is crying. Healing is having people hold you, and you're doing new things that your body was not used to, like setting boundaries, and then just knowing that you're going to be safe afterwards, that you're not going to lose love, that you're not going to lose people. Creating this stability and this foundation first. So once you do that, and then you're pulling out all these weeds from your subconscious, now you can add in new weeds. Now you can add in new beliefs, your affirmations. Now you can talk about, and you can start listening and doing the meditations. But everything starts at a somatic level. And I feel that a lot of people miss out, and people love talking about mindset and limiting beliefs and subconscious mind, but your brain, yes, you can change the beliefs in your brain, but your body is what remembers. Drop a like if that is resonating. Like. I want to know where you're dropping it, where you're tuning in from, what country you're tuning in from. And this stuff is gold. People have paid like tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've paid over $100,000 to teach you this. Yes. Maybe I should have titled that in my life, but maybe tomorrow. I have paid over $100,000 to teach you this. And I'm just sipping my matcha, my favorite thing in the world. And then I want you to take action on your goals. The reason why things can feel really hard, why you procrastinate, is because of all these fears. It can be fear of being seen, the fear of success, the fear of rejection, the fear of abandonment. But if you had no fears, you would be able to take action. Maybe you'll start that business. Maybe you'll quit your job. Maybe you will start a company. Maybe you'll go ask all that woman out. Maybe you will constantly go to the gym and get that dream body, right? I've been going so hardcore at the gym this week. Since I've been back in Australia for the last 2 weeks now. And I have gone dancing 3 to 4 times a week. I'll do 2 classes of Legree, which is the really intense Pilates, maybe 1 class of Pilates. Then I'll do gym. So I've been doing weights, which I've been loving. Today I'm going to go to Legree. I did weights the other day, so I've done 1 bachata class on Tuesday. Then I did weights and dance class on Wednesday. Thursday I went out dancing to bachata again. Friday it was a break, so then today I'm going to be doing Legree at 5 p.m. So I'll be doing Legree, and then tomorrow I'm going to probably take a break, so like 5 times of movement a week, which is perfect. So rewiring your brain, rewiring your body. You cannot just work at the mindset level, because it all starts with your body. People say, okay, you think the thought, if you ever listen to Marissa Peer or if you listen to mindset work, she says the thought creates the emotion, which then creates the action. However, I will tell you that the old trauma in your body, like let's say you start, like a trigger happens, an external trigger happens, whatever. It can be a fine, it can be seeing your bank account, it can be not getting a text back from a man or someone you like, it can be seeing the weight on the scale, and then suddenly your body is like, no, I feel anxious, I feel sad that I'm going backwards in my goals, I feel ashamed maybe that I ate too much, or that why did I say this, like whatever feeling that you feel in your body. Okay, instead of running away by then matching it with another substance, I want you to feel that feeling. I want you to feel the shame in your body. I want you to transmute that shame or that sadness and that grief, and that by pausing. Okay, you get triggered, you see that pause, and you just take a deep breath and you're like, okay, I feel really ashamed right now, and I feel really embarrassed, and I feel really sad, and I'll just like cry it out, or I'll stand up there and I'll just start shaking. I'll just start shaking. And just by doing that, I'm able to clear the feeling. I'm able to clear that feeling from my body. So what was I saying? I feel like I would love for you to just input, because I'm sitting here, I want to know that, I don't want to know who's across the screen. I want to know a little bit about you. I want to know your questions. I want to know where you're tuning in from. I want to see you like this live, if you like it, if it's making sense for you. Okay, I'm just gonna drink some water. So as we start to heal, like instead of just getting triggered, back to the thoughts, emotions, beliefs. So we get triggered, it's the old conditioning coming back up, because your nervous system doesn't respond by logic. Your nervous system responds from your old trauma and your past conditioning from, let's say, okay, I'll give you an example. So let's say it's a good example. I am not getting a text back from a man that I like, and in that moment I start making it mean that, oh my god, because it reminds me of my dad when he was never emotionally present with me, or he was never consistent with me. Make sense? So my body remembers that, not my mind, my body. You will know the same thing. Your triggers are going to be different from my triggers, which are going to be different from your brother's triggers and your sister's triggers, because we all get activated by different things, and our personality and everything that makes up who we are, it's a combination of mind, body, soul. So the feeling in the body also creates the thoughts, which when you're anxious, you start having spiraling thoughts. And then as you keep spiraling and you have these thoughts in as you start spiraling, you're not able to control it. So that's why we have to work with the body first. Take a deep breath with me. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. I think we always forget that breath is literally our life force, and that we have access to it whenever we need. And breathing properly from the belly, breathe out. Okay. Excuse me. Tell me where you're tuning in from, what country you're tuning in from, what you want to hear more of. Because I love talking about psychology, I love talking about the subconscious and polarity. So as I started doing this work now, and I rewired my body and my brain, now I've been able to be the most healthiest I've ever been in my life. Seriously. My body has been the healthiest it's ever been. My relationships better than they've ever been. I know how to set stronger boundaries. The men that I attract treat me on a new level in terms of courtship, chivalry, and I've changed my relationship with money. Now, I mean, I've been very blessed. I've been able to travel the world. I've been to over 28 countries. I've been able to speak on stages in Indonesia, speak on stages in Colombia, and sharing the stage with people that I used to look up to and that were once my mentors. I have been able to meet some incredible people that are connected to some celebrities, and it's really beautiful to just be able to change your life, change your reality, because you change yourself. You have all the power, my love, to recreate your life. But you don't change your life by changing what's in it. You change your life by changing yourself, changing your habits, changing your belief systems, how you show up. Because once you change your brain and in here, then your output is different. You're not trying to force change from trying to clean and change the mirror. You're actually changing things by changing yourself first. You need to work at the root core level, okay? There we go, that's better. By changing things at the root level, that is when you'll see your life drastically change. You don't need more books. You do not need your therapist to tell you to put you on more medication. You do not need your parents to teach you and tell you this is what's best for you. Yes, that comes a time for that, but it's so important that you listen to yourself first. You become your own human first. And when you are so connected to your own wisdom, to what's innate within you, your life will be magically different. Okay, my love. I'm gonna sit here for some questions. Please share any questions that you have. I'm just sitting here patiently waiting. As I sip my matcha, the comment section is open for you. Let's see. Drop any questions in the chats. If you want to know anything about rewiring your subconscious, rewiring your body, we can talk about money, we can talk about relationships, we can talk about health. I wish I could put a before and after photo of myself. You could see my before and after of like what I used to look like and now. Insane. Also, something that people probably like really hungry for, what are you really hungry for in life? what do you want to see most of? Like, if you had the magic wand to solve all your problems, what would you want to see? What would be like just the, oh my god, this would completely transform everything for me? What would that look like and be like for you? Mis amigos from Europa van a estar. I want to do this live in English, but yes, I also taught myself how to speak Spanish. I used to live in Europe. I used to live in Spain, and so I have some of my Spanish followers. But I started creating content on TikTok completely in Spanish for 6 years ago now. Wow. 6 years ago of having this TikTok account. Insane. So yeah, so what is the one thing that if you had a magic wand and you could completely change and rewire, what would that be? What would that look like? What would it be for you? And I want to hear that in the comment section. Write down in the comments what would be that most magical thing that if you had, all your problems would be solved. Is it confidence? Is it don't say like $1 million in the bank, because that's not going to solve anything. You're just going to spend it, and then what are you going to do after? Nothing. Don't talk about the outcome, but talk about the quality that you would need in order to have what you desire. Maybe it is, yes, more confidence. Maybe it's health. Maybe it's the discipline and drive, right? Like, oh my god, if I just had the discipline and the confidence. Wow, this is actually so good for me. I'm gonna write it down too, because just think about it. What are the qualities of your future self that you need in order to, like, who do you need to become, really? This is like true identity work, right? So the person that, or the woman that is powerful, that is leading, what qualities does she have? I'm gonna write it down. Maybe you can do it with me. So breathe in, breathe out. What are, Oscar says hi, hello. What are the qualities that the future you has? So for example, if you want a successful business or a thriving relationship, I would need to become the woman who is driven, who is devoted, that has the capacity, who is disciplined, right? I think I'm disciplined because I don't drink, but I do have my routines are not structured, so maybe structure, organized. What else does she have? And so the version of Renee who is all these things, and also let's say in her dream marriage or a mother or in her dream relationship, she would be warm, giving, kind, nurturing. What else? I hope you're doing this activity with me. It's really good. It's really fun. Wise? No, but I'm not sure. Okay, so we've got the one that's powerful leader. She's driven, devoted, has massive capacity, disciplined, structured, and organized. Of course, I haven't reached all those things yet. God was literally building my character so I can be all these things. Oh, thank God. God. I can feel my period is about to come. What qualities would you say you would need in order to be the highest, most richest, successful, most sexiest version of yourself? Write that down. What qualities would they need? Like I said, it's not that you need $1 million in the bank account. You need to become the person that knows how to make the $1 million in your bank account. So, what does that version of you look like? Who are they? And be them. Disciplined, structured, organized. Maybe neat and tidy. Maybe higher standards. High standards. Yes. What else? What else? Drop them down here. I want to know. I want your ideas. If you are live and watching. I've been using this. It's actually really good. Look at the volume that it gives. It's just like this mousse. The color wow. Diana, oh my goodness, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So what we've been doing is, in order to create your future identity and your future self, is in order to, let's say, if I gave you a magic wand and you're like, okay, how do I become my most highest, richest, most successful self? And it's going to completely change the way that your life looks in the next few months, in the next few years. I want you to write down the qualities that future Diana would have. So I'm doing it as well. In my journal. It's like this really pretty journal. And these qualities, right? Let's say if I gave you a magic wand, you're like, okay, I want $1 million in my bank account. You know, I'm gonna have like the sexiest body ever, or I'm gonna be with my most compatible, perfect partner. But you don't have the qualities yet, right? The magic wand isn't having those things, because yes, you can have all those things, but then you can't hold them. Your $1 million will be gone. You don't know how to be the kind of person that can sustain a relationship with your perfect partner. Maybe you're then not eating the right foods in order to sustain your dream body. So that's why God doesn't give us the things. God builds our character so we can be and hold the things that we want. So what I've written is like, which you can share with me in the comments. Amen. Driven, right? The version of myself that is running events around the world and is a powerful leader. She's driven, she's devoted, she has the capacity, she is disciplined, she's structured, she's organized, high standards. So you're welcome to do this activity with me, or you want to do it later. That's what we've been doing together on this live. Breathe in and breathe out. Cool. So then we were talking about rewiring the brain and the body, also loving the likes. Mwah. Keep sending them through because I'm feeling it and I'm loving it. And then when it comes to the rewiring of brain and body, I was talking about how Marissa Peer and a lot of mindset gurus love to talk about how, and psychology, right? I studied psychology, so I was completely in that world. We like to think first that the thought creates the feeling, which then creates the action and the belief, which I digress and I actually don't fully agree with, because I've seen how much your body communicates to you and is the intelligent force that if you, for example, get triggered and you feel anxious, what happens? You start thinking all these anxious thoughts and you start creating all these beliefs that come up, right? So then if we work with the root and we work with our body first and we're healing that at the root level, then what was going to happen is the thoughts will go away. And once the thoughts go away, you're no longer being subjected into the old belief and the old pattern, right? We're always trying to create this, we're like creating that foundation, creating that garden bed and prepping the soil by taking out all the weeds first. And in order to take out the weeds first, we have to clear the old beliefs. Somatic therapy has been my favorite. Maybe you know that because you've seen me dancing so much. But just let that shit go. Let it out of your body. And breathe in and breathe out. And, I've been really loving sharing it with my clients and sharing the somatic practices and energetic work is chef's kiss when it comes to manifestation, reality creation, and creating that new foundation first. Yes, really needed to start doing somatic healing. I agree, girl. If you do want support, we can always jump on a call, but I also have this new program called Regulated and Magnetic, which is in the link in my bio, which we can check out. It's about that somatic processes, all the science of it. We're actually doing a 90-minute free one-on-one call for those that jump on the program as well, the Regulated and Magnetic program, which is in the link in my bio. But we can do this today. Let's do some together, which is some breathing. So I like to actually ground in, always have 2 feet on the floor, and let's say I'm feeling a little bit anxious today, because I kind of feel a little bit in my body. I had some crazy ass dreams last night. That is true. I was dreaming about being chased by the government or something like crazy. And I love looking into my dreams because then you can see what's in your subconscious, right? So left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. And I want you to close your eyes. I'm just taking some deep breaths. Breathing in through your nose. Expanding the belly and breathing out. And I like to feel what anxiety would feel like if I was to move. So no one's watching you, only I can see myself. And if it feels safe to just move intuitively, like sometimes maybe I want to expand my chest, or maybe I want to get on my hands and my knees, and I feel like, okay, anxiety just feels like I want to curl up into a ball and it doesn't feel good. I want to hide, I want to shelter myself, and I want to go inwards. And then sometimes it looks like, I'm gonna stand up with you. Okay, so it's like grounding in. That's our first step. That's what we do, hand on heart, grounded by connecting to the emotion first. So when you're connecting to this emotion, that anxiety that I feel in my chest, that's our first step. That's our step number 1. Okay. So after I've connected, I'm like, I just feel this anxiety in my chest. Then I like to intuitively move it by, like, whether that's shaking I just like to tap it. And I like to speak out loud. I'm like, I feel right now my little girl really needs a hug, or I feel just really anxious, and I feel anxious because of XYZ. I feel anxious right now because of money, and it's like not flowing the way that I want it to flow. And we're just tapping on that, and and I like to shake and jump, and it's very intuitive. And so it's like jumping, and I'm okay, I need to jump right now, just to like shake it out. And side up. And we just tap. And tap, 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 tap. And you're just gonna keep doing this. And moving your body. That's why I love twerking. Because I'm like, okay. But that's not very intentional, because you're not really connecting to the emotion itself. You're being distracted by the music and the intensity of the music, right? I want you to feel more just by tapping through the body. So I'm feeling this anxiety in my chest, and it's reminding me of all the times that I felt alone, that I wasn't safe, that my shelter was taken away from me, and it feels really scary. And even though I feel this way, I'm just gonna let it go. So this is the practices that I like to do, and it's so powerful, even though it looks ridiculous if you're doing this for the first time. But it's so powerful, because now you're not letting the stuck energy in your body dictate your life, and you are becoming the creator and the controller of your life. You're like the person playing the video game with the Xbox control. You're not the character inside the video game, which is what the whole world basically thinks they are. I do that too. But our consciousness is actually guiding this vehicle, this physical body, right? But then we become absorbed into this body, and we forget that we are also the controller. We can, like Sims, like you can create worlds and go make money and go build this life, and it's like build, but yeah. Okay, so now step number 3. Once we've cleared that energy from that body, I trust that you feel a little bit more calmer. If you don't, we can do it again. We can do some EFT tapping as well. Sometimes I cry, like I'm literally crying. Sometimes I'm like screaming, or sometimes I just let it out. And then step number 3 is reconnecting to that little girl, reconnecting to the little self. How does she feel? I feel actually underneath that anxiety is quite sad. I feel like really sad. I don't need to make sense of it. I just need to cry, and I just need to let that energy out. And just integrate. So step number 3 is called integration. And I feel almost as if, okay, I'm connecting to my heart, connecting to my chest. And I feel sad, but that it's okay. And I'm just gonna send myself some love. Send love to that little girl. Maybe giving her a hug, giving her nourishment. And I always ask my body, I like to ask my body, okay, what is it that you need now? Maybe I just need a hug. My little girl needs a hug. Maybe I'll go ask that from someone later, or I'll give it to myself. And just letting them know that I love and I accept you. And you're gonna be just fine. And I'm gonna keep you safe now. And I'm going to protect you. And I'm going to take care of you. And just trust that she understands that, and trust that she is getting exactly what she needs. So I feel some sadness in my body. And this is the power of somatic healing, or somatic processing, somatic experiencing. You can even look at this little part, whatever that came up for you, and ask them to give you a new role. So for example, this part is like anxious, and anxious looks like this angry little fuzzy ball character, and they're walking around and they're like trying to protect you from something, and maybe they're trying to protect you from something underneath, and that thing underneath is I'm not good enough, or I'm unlovable, or I'm ashamed of myself, or like I feel like I'm gonna be abandoned. Whatever it is, you give this new part of yourself a new role. So you're like, okay, thank you so much for protecting me, little fuzzy anxious ball. I'm speaking for myself. I feel really like emotional now. This is great, you know it's working. And yawning, burping, laughing, crying, they're all just forms of releasing energy. And I'm just gonna tell this little anxious little ball, okay, you're safe. Thank you for protecting me all these years. You've done a great job. But I'm ready to give you a new role now. I'm ready to give you the role of joy. I want to give you the role of playfulness. And just let that answer come up for you intuitively. And then just notice how the feeling in your body starts to dissolve, maybe transform, transmute. Maybe it changes into something else. So if you did this activity together, I want you to let me know, what was your experience? Did it shift something for you? And obviously you can rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious I was feeling before. I was maybe feeling like at a 7. Now I feel like at a 4. So maybe I would do it again. I would do it again until I reached a 2. Yeah. Now I'm like, why do I keep doing my makeup? And then always have tears in my eyes. So that's a part of somatic experiencing. And obviously I do this with my clients one-on-one, but then I also do this in the regulated and magnetic program, which is something that I just completely updated. But it's such powerful work, because I give these tools to my clients and they're like, I have this fear of needles, or fear of heights, or fear of, if you have any fear, like anyone that tells you that they have a fear of phobia, or a fear of heights, fear of cats, fear of anything, it's 1000% rewirable. Any fear in the world is reprogrammable. Your fear of public speaking, your fear of money, your fear of men, your fear of, I don't know. It's literally reprogrammable. We can do tapping, we can do somatic processing. I'm just gonna drink my water. So, I'd love to know if you have any questions. What does rewiring your brain, your body look like? Right? Loving the love. I'm feeling loved. Thank you so much. This is amazing. I've made this commitment. I will be coming on live about I'm gonna try daily, but around this time, let's say on a daily basis. Yay! So we can spend some time together. Keep rewiring our old beliefs, our old patterns. I'm also loving the whole topic around polarity. So how to teach men to step up for you as a female leader, because you can lead in the boardroom, but then also submit to your man in the bedroom, not the bedroom, and the home, but it's more about polarity, and it's more about feminine leadership, and energetically we do have power by stronger boundaries. We have power by speaking up for our needs, and then a man serving you and stepping up for you. But it's not just him. Yes, we want him to serve us because it feels really good as women to be served, but also how do we serve him back? So then it's a beautiful kingdom. I like the word kingdom, that we can serve each other, then create really healthy, conscious families that is filled with love, because love is the only truth there is out there. I'm not just talking random shit out of my ass. I truly believe that fear is such a condition that unfortunately that's how the world is operated on. And the more we can dissolve fear, like I just told you, we can dissolve every fear in the world. Fear, like my client just sent me this message yesterday, and he was like, Renee, oh my goodness, I had 20 years of fear of needles, and I just did some rewiring from our sessions, and I did a blood test, and I was fine. And so that's just one aspect of your life, but it is a fear, because from being completely terrified of needles and just like vomiting, screaming, shaking from blood tests and avoiding blood tests for your whole life, to now having the tools to do things that scare him, is pretty life-changing. So then all the fears, let's take that's a fear of needles, but let's say we have a fear of money, fear of for example, one of my fears right now is running events in person. My fear in person, I'm like, what if no one comes? What if no one buys? I am going to be completely humiliated. Everyone's going to laugh at me. No one cares. Like, obviously, logically, I know no one cares, but my body is like, you're going to be shunned. And it's so painful and it's so scary, because when I was 13 years old, I was shunned from my friendship group. And it's like my body remembers that. Maybe even other times as well. It could be past life, it could be other generations, like my grandparents, my mom, whatever. But it feels debilitating, like that debilitating fear. So here I am trying to run events and like bring community together in my city, and then feeling terrified no one's going to come. So then obviously now I'm not going to run it, I'm not going to market it, I'm not going to sell it. I'm aware of the fear. So now that I'm aware of it, okay, what can I do to change it around? Right? What can I do in my power to use systematic processing, using my tools to just get over the fear and move on with it anyway, and just do the work? So this is why it's so powerful, because all that is truth. Everything that in this life, like the only thing, truth of truths is love. Everything else is fear. Everything else is fear. The problems in society is all dictated by fear. The brainwashing that the media does for you, social media, everything is feeding garbage to your nervous system, to your brain. This is why you got to be so careful with what you consume, and making different habits and small shifts in your life so that your reality looks completely different 1 year from now. Okay? I have all these friends that some personal life updates. My friends' birthdays are in Switzerland, are in Colombia, is in London, is in Spain, and here I am. I gotta get myself around the world. I have some of the coolest friends ever, which I'm really grateful for. So I can change your reality by rewiring your body, rewiring your brain. And this is how manifestation works. Healing that inner child. It's not vision boards. It's not affirmations. It's not thinking positive and meditating, and it's not. It is doing the inner child work. It's releasing those fears and just being like, no more. I don't want that in my body. I don't want it. It's not mine. I don't subscribe to it. I don't subscribe to it anymore. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to stay on for the next 5-ish minutes. Maybe less. I have to go run off to Pilates. But I will be here to answer questions. Otherwise, I will be here on tomorrow around this time, so that I can take you through what I've learned investing $100,000 into personal development, coaching, business, mentorship, subconscious reprogramming, all the shit. So tomorrow that will be that topic. Or if you want me to talk about more about like polarity and masculine and feminine energies, we can also do that. I will do both, obviously, but then in terms of which one you want to hear more of, we will do that one first. Priorities. Make sense? And I will stay on for a few more minutes. If you have any questions, I will be here to answer it for you. And like I said, yes, I will be coming on most days live because I'm actually really enjoying these lives. They're so much fun. We can do some therapies together, we can do some healing together, we can make some money together, we can attract better relationships together, and yeah, we can learn together. And maybe I'll take you with me to Europe, taking you with me around the world. But yes, if you have any questions, Black Leon, I will be here for the next few minutes because then I have to run off to Pilates, my friends. Do I do lives often? So I will be doing them. I haven't been doing them often, but I did do it. I started making the decision that I want to be doing them almost daily. Okay, but obviously it depends on the timing because our time zones are very different. Usually around this time is going to be best for me. How about you? I would love to be doing these daily, so we can come on, we can just chat, and we can just hang out, and we can talk about transforming our lives together. And then also, my favorite topics at the moment is dating, polarity, feminine, masculine energies, how a man can step up for you. Because recently I've just been getting chivalry for me is normal. Every single date or man that I've come across with, except maybe not so much in Melbourne, it's been very chivalrous. Like the whole sidewalk thing, opening the door, paying, like men are just so cool. Men are so cool, and I love that. But it's also how you present yourself and what you accept. Yeah? As a business owner, it's interesting. Do you find it works to attract clients, warm up the audience? Better to do lives on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook groups? That's a great question. Thank you for asking. So I've decided to do more TikTok lives because you're getting people, like a new visibility of audience. Obviously, I don't know how long you've been in my world. Maybe we've just met half an hour ago, or maybe you've been following me for a little while. I don't know. TikTok typically shows you to new people. Instagram shows you to your followers. And Facebook groups, I have obviously it's only 2 within the Facebook group, but I haven't done a live within the Facebook group. So the Facebook groups is just within the community. And I used to have a mentor who actually did a lot of lives within her Facebook groups, and then she would create that into a program, which was very easy. And she's like a multi-millionaire. And I was so surprised at how easy it was for her to create a course, because she was using Facebook groups as like she'll go live in the Facebook group once a week, and then she'll make that an evergreen program. Welcome, thank you. Okay, I love that you have been following for some time already, and then now we get to connect, which is awesome. I hope you were here for the somatic processing, because yeah, we can spend so much more time tomorrow. It'll be so much fun. So yeah, so then it's not a free course. So she charges like 4K, 4K? 4 to like 100K for her offers. And yes, so she does it as a paid course, and it's so easy. She's not paying for Kajabi, she's not paying for this membership to host her program. She's literally just putting it in a Facebook group, and then if like you buy the program, you get the link to the Facebook group, which then has all the pre-recorded lives or videos that she's already done, and then just sells it for like lots of money. It just made me think, wow, we just overcomplicate things as a business owner so much, when it can just be so easy. And obviously we overcomplicate it from our fears, which actually is what I was talking about earlier. Our fears are the biggest cock blocks, unfortunately. But yeah, thank you for your question. Such a great question. Any more questions? I will stay here. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, come join the party, because on Instagram, I feel like on Instagram, it's much more aesthetic. Like you have to, oh, thank you, my love. Instagram is like, I'm only going to push your content out if it looks pretty. So I like to come on TikTok and be my most unfiltered, my rawest self. And sometimes I'm not wearing makeup. Sometimes I say really, what's the word? Unfiltered stuff. That's quite controversial, because I like to. But on Instagram, I like to dance a lot more. So maybe if you want to watch me dance, come to my Instagram. But yeah, I wanna spend more time one-on-one with you, spending more time one-on-one with you guys on TikTok. I want to answer your questions, and we can maybe we should throw like a dance party together one day, just to have a little somatic release, because I think, yeah, why not? I think it'll be so much fun. Since I've been back home, I've been dancing 3 to 4 times a week. Insane. But I've also been lifting weights. Yeah, that sounds fun. Yeah, let's do it. I've also been lifting weights. I've been really active. I'm like, with dream body, here we go. And I'm really sore, so that's where but I'm also currently in my luteal phase. So after tomorrow, I'm going to start taking it easy. Rest mode, cave mode. So maybe I won't be going on live as much. Tomorrow's a Sunday, so either I take the whole day off and then we'll come back live again on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll just keep going and we can spend some time together. And it'll always be around the same time because I don't wake up with an alarm, and I highly recommend. It's the best for a woman's body, your hormonal health. Just letting your body wake up naturally has been a godsend. Yes, me too. I love that. And yeah, just 4+ years now. Love that. And so I kind of wake up a bit late because I'm still kind of adjusting from Bali time. Help your anxiety. Love to hear that. And right from, so Deanna, at the beginning of this live, I don't know if this is pre-recorded so it'll be on my page, but we were talking about listening to your body and consumption that affects our intuition, affects what's gonna be. So I believe that the body is so intelligent, and our body, our intuition as women, our womb, our connection to our womb can only be heard when we stop consuming things that are not good for us. People, foods, media, social media, everything is just garbage for us as women. And if we are able to filter, have strong boundaries, and choose what's to consume, what's going to be good for us, we can start to listen to that guide within that's going to be like, this is exactly how to make the money. This is exactly who my partner is going to be. This is a feeling. This is exactly what foods to eat to be sexy, to look hot, to look the best and glowiest version of myself. Like, we all have that inner compass and wisdom and intelligence, but unfortunately we abuse that because fear is what keeps us stuck. So that's why we do the somatic work, and we do the subconscious work, at least. And I put it all in there. I literally put it all in the regulated and magnetic program, which I just released on my link in bio. Okay. So it's only 4:20. I don't even want to get off. So some of the activities we also, that I know that's a huge glass. So if you've ever heard that study, it's like drink water out of a wine glass, and it'll trick your brain. Blah blah blah. Anyway, I got this as a gift a few years ago, and I just thought it was pretty funny. So I like to drink a lot of water, and I don't drink alcohol, but I will drink my water out of a big wine glass that is the size of my head. So the activity. Oh my goodness! I can't believe I almost forgot. So, the activity and the action step that I want you to leave you with, in order to step into your wealthiest, highest, sexiest, richest, most successful version of yourself, is writing down, so doing an audit of your life now, your current habits, who you are, how you wake up. So my current routine, I'm just going to share with you, is morning pages. I do some EFT or meditation. I like to do a gua sha or just face massage. Then I drink my lemon water with salt, or I'll shot some olive oil, and I'll take my supplements. I will eat before I drink matcha because caffeine is not good for you on an empty stomach, and I feel so much better once I've eaten. Anyway, that's my current, like, let's say, morning routine. But I want you to do an audit of what we did the activity before at the beginning. So the activity was, if I had a magic wand, right? I want you to sit with this question. If I had a magic wand, yes, to eating before matcha, learned the hard way with that, yes. Yeah, I was like, I go hardcore with my matcha. I'm like, lots of matcha. And I'm like, oh, why do I feel so, but anyway, I learned the hard way. But before, when I was disconnected from my body, I couldn't feel it. I was almost not connected to the fact that it was making me feel so agitated and so anxious. Okay, back to what I was saying. So the activity I want you to do is an audit of where you're currently at now. And if I had a magic wand and you could have the life of the, like, let's say in one area of your life, whether that's money, relationships, or health, business, what are the qualities of the future version of me that has everything that she wants? Oh, the thing that you want, basically. The qualities. And you have those qualities. And then how can you action that today? This will change the game. And then, yeah, you know, it's crazy because I said, so no, I was actually just giving this as homework, but basically I was, one of my goals is to be getting my dream body, and I've shared this on my Instagram, and I do have my dream body in a way, but I want to refine it. Like, I want it to be the next level of something that I've never seen before. Extremely toned. Not extremely, I'm not going to be extreme about it because I still love sugar. I still love eating the things that I love to eat. However, yes, I have posted it on my stories on Instagram being like, I'm taking my strength training seriously, and I have been taking my strength training seriously. And now my body is very sore. Okay. And then I want you to write all those things down, and every morning feel in your body, so every morning and night, I want you to feel in your body the emotion of what it would feel like to already have the thing. So you go to sleep already feeling the thing, and then you wake up feeling like you already have it, using that imagination, using the emotions in your body. And if you have trouble connecting to the emotions, you've got stuck trauma that you need to clear. And I can help you do that. So you can send me a message about that, whether that's on Instagram, whether that's on TikTok. Yes, because I would check all of them. Okay, I have to run. I love you so much. I will see you on tomorrow. And have a beautiful day.